Good afternoon. How's it going? Here's our youth lesson for this week. And there's my information if you need to get in contact with me with the going ons of Blue Rock Church and the student ministry. And there's my email address. This week's lesson was in Matthew chapter 6. And it started in verse 6, went all the way to 13. And this was when Jesus sent out his disciples to go basically do what he was doing, healing, teaching, and preaching. So you'll see that, and you'll see some aspects there that we can take in our discipleship, like help each other out, pair up with the same authority as Jesus. We also see that Jesus didn't make it too difficult and traveled light. In fact, in these verses, he talked about don't bring extra clothes, don't bring your money bag, stuff like that. He also see that he places responsibility on people who will or will not listen. At the end of this group of verses talked about going into someone's house, and if they don't listen, and if they don't listen, wipe the dust off your feet in front of their house. Kind of a idea of it's their responsibility to listen. So practical steps with this is tell others about Jesus in teams. Pair up and have a partner with you. It's much easier to do a school assignment with a partner you enjoy working with than doing it by yourself. It's much more fun. Don't worry if you think you're not ready. And I tell this to many people, many students. You're probably more ready than you think you are. You probably know more about the Bible than the person you're going to tell about Jesus already. Don't worry if you don't know enough because you're not the pastor or you're not a youth minister. You've never been to seminary school. Don't worry about all that. You're probably already ready. Don't worry about not being ready. And it's the listener's responsibility to accept Jesus or not. A lot of times, if they don't accept Jesus, we think we failed. Could we become a better communicator? Probably. But it is the listener's, person you're telling about Jesus. It's their responsibility to accept Jesus or not. Here's a quote from the late, great Billy Graham. It is the Holy Spirit's job to convict, God's job to judge, and my job to love. So remember that quote whenever you tell others about Jesus, tell others about your church. If they don't accept it, that's fine. Keep loving that person. Keep praying for that person. That's all we can do. Once again, there's my contact information. I hope to hear from you. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Have a good afternoon.